Believe it or not, the Hiller spring sports season has started, and we have our first highlights from the season. Here's a look. On Tuesday, April 1st, it was a Hopkinton-Ashland boys and girls lacrosse doubleheader. The action started off with the boys' game. It was a 4-2 Hopkinton lead heading into the second half.
Keeler gets it over. There's a shot and out. He rips it in. Sam O'Brien. An illegal hit there. And it's intercepted. Hillers have it. Looking to crash in. Lottie! And Lottie rips it in. Champlin gets it over. Nice feed. And it's put in top shelf. Cal Rockwell. Certainly a threat to charge in if he finds an opening. Here he goes. Shot. And it is in. Owen Champlin bringing the fire. Pelletier. And now out a centering pass and a score for Ashland, Jake Linehan. He does. And he's being contested by Quinn Keeler. Looking to close in. Centering pass. There's a shot. And it is in. Connor Martin gets it out, looking for a shot, and it's in. A good pass by Bryce Pelletier. He finds Nick Boomer.
Hillers and Ashland put up 3 goals apiece in the third quarter. It's a 7-5 Hiller lead into the fourth quarter.
Over to O'Brien. There's Champlin. Lottie gets it back. O'Brien. And Lottie! Top shelf! What a score there! Bringing the heat. So, the defender to pick up O'Brien, gets to the Lottie. Lottie closing in and puts it in!
Hopkinton outscores Ashland 3-2 and takes the win 10-7. Hillers improved to 2-0 on the season. Matt Lottie and Cal Rockwell net hat tricks for the Hillers. After the boys' game, the girls took the field. It was a 2-2 game into the second quarter.
Bouvier takes the shot and has a score. Quebec gets it back to Bouvier, who takes a shot, and a good save there by the keeper. Hillers pick up the loose ball. With it now is Owens. Casey Owens gets it over, and now a nice feed in front, and the Hillers have a goal. Taylor Interante finds Abby Burke in front of the net, and Burke strikes. Quebec feeds it in front of the net, and a great pass, great shot by Lucy Mado. Another great pass in front of the net by the Hillers. Lana Duffy made quite a save there, but she's not going to save that one. The Hiller is going to get another score. Lucy Mado rings it in. Work to Mado. And now out in front, and Rachel Bouvier strikes again. That was a good pick there by Mado. Taking it up towards the net, fires it in, and Lucy Mado gets the steal and the score. It's going to stay with the Hillers. Kelly Hopkins was able to get to it, and then Hopkins loses it, picks it back up. Hopkins looking to close in, takes the shot, and the Hillers have another score. The senior, Callie Hopkins, puts the Hillers in the books.
Hillers outscore Ashland 7-1 in the quarter and led 9-3 into the second half.
And it's going to be a little too late. Oh, they get a score! A buzzer beater as Lily Vitti puts it in. But no time's going to be left on the clock. And the Clockers had quite a comeback.
The Hiller girls hang on for the 11-10 win in their home opener and improve to 2-0 on the season. Rachel Bouvier and Lucy Mado netted a hat trick each for the Hillers in the win. Also on April 1st, Hiller Boys Volleyball hosted Norwood. Hillers trailed 2-0 heading into the third set. Steve Sweetapple and John Fisk were on the call.
Liam. Michael. Just pokes it deep. Go to Eugene. Nice. Miss hit. 25-24. Set point. Diaz with a bump set. Rolled. What a heads-up play from Randall. Click. Kept alive by Ricky. Outside. Oh,
Outside.
Net violation, and it was outside.
It was out. All right, good.
All right, no, let's go.
Let's do this.
Watkins goes back to Eugene. He's just... Oh, nice save from Ricky. Diaz. And that's it. Hopkinton takes the third set.
Yeah.
27-25. Diaz. Ooh, broke his fingers on that one. That's it. Hopkinton takes the fourth set.
Wow.
25-21. He was being a home guy.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Well, you are the director.
Well,
producer.
director and running the camera.
And announcer.
Yes! There it is!
That's it. You called it,
There it is!
Mike.
Holy
There's
cow.
an ace. To close out, Hopkinton takes the fifth set, 15-10 for a 3-2 victory.
Give me the grease, got nothing on me. Come on. Wow. Way to go, Hillers.
Well done, boys.
The Hillers complete the comeback and take the match 3-2 and improve to 1-1 on the season. On Wednesday, April 2nd, 1-0 Hiller softball took on Ashland, and the Hiller bats were unstoppable. Mike Terosian on the call.
With a nice fly ball over the left field. And she's going to just take that thing all the way home. She's just going to take the cruise. Holly Barrett takes it deep. 11-0, no outs. And Elena Bell hits that up the middle. And she's going to bring in 2 runs. She's some real varsity pitcher for the first time. And there's a hit up the middle. And he said that's going to score another run. And she takes a double.
Hillers take the win in a mercy-shortened game 25-0 and improve to 2-0 on the season. Everyone in the Hiller lineup had at least one hit. Cammie Trendle went 3 for 3 with 4 runs and 2 RBIs. Callie Arthur went 3 for 4 with 3 runs and 5 RBIs in the Hiller win. Hiller baseball was also in action versus Ashland. It was a 1-0 Hiller lead heading into the bottom of the second.
And this is hit up the middle, and that'll scatter into center field. And it's an RBI single for Nolan Kramus. It's inside, and it's going to get away from the catcher. And here comes the runner from third. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Zach Stacy slides in just safe. The 0-1. Oh, that hit him, and that's going to bring in a run for the Hillers. Third hit batter of the inning by LaRue. And the pitch. Outside, and he draws the walk. And here comes another run for the Hillers. The Hillers could really break this game wide open here. Gets a piece of that, hit in the air. That's going to drop into right field. 1 run is in. Here comes another run. Will a third score? No, he'll hold at third. Throw to second, and the hitter is safe. Mitch Simulus just barely was able to slide into second, but he has a 2 RBI double. And this is hit high in the air towards left center. Could be trouble as it's blowing around up there, but it won't be. It's caught by the center fielder. Runner from third is going to tag. He'll score. And a job well done by Pedroli to get the run in. It's 8-0 Hillers. Right up in the pitch. Ripped up the left side, past the diving third baseman, and another run is in for the Hillers. And the hitter keeps going over to second base, slides in, and he's safe. Dylan Rupp with an RBI single advances to second on the throw. Simulus in to score.
Hillers take the win over the Clockers 10-1 and improve to 1-1 on the season. Dylan Ruff went 2 for 3 at the plate with a run and 2 RBIs. On Thursday, April 3rd, Hiller Girls Lacrosse hosted Westwood.
Leads up. Here she goes. Shot in. Emily DeMeo, the senior, makes it a 2-0 Westwood lead. Gets it over to Hughes. Hughes sends it out, looking to approach. Shot, and it's in. Another score for Westwood. Caroline Nazalillo.
A very good Westwood Wolverines team takes the 16-3 win. On Saturday, April 5th, Hiller Girls Lacrosse hosted Dover Sherborne on a rainy day. Dover Sherborne holds off the Hiller comeback and takes the win 11-9. The Hiller girls are now 2-2 on the season. Also that Saturday, Hiller softball hosted Franklin. Hillers led 8-4 heading into the bottom of the 5th. Hopkinton adds 4 more runs and they would end up taking the win 12-6. Holly Paharic went 4 for 4 at the plate with 5 RBIs as the Hillers improved to 3-0 on the season. The Hopkinton Hillers spring sports season got started on Friday, March 28th, and the first HCAM broadcast of the season was Hiller Boys Lacrosse versus Holliston.
And they are now official. Closing in, there's a shot and a score for the Hillers. First goal of the season for Hopkinton is Matt Lottie. Matt Lottie with the strike at 6:16 left to go in the first quarter, and we are knotted up at 1 apiece. CJ Taylor, a new addition to the roster this season. Closing in, shot, and a score for the Hillers. Number 23, Tyler Walkowitz. Oh, what's good about this Hiller group, they don't need to have a big presence in front of the net as we get another score there. Matt Lottie rushes in and booms it in, and it's a 3-2 Hiller lead at 3:57 left to go. Confuse those defenders in the middle. Nice feed in front, and it's put in. Cal Rockwell pulls it down and bashes it in. Shoot from just about anywhere on the field. Here he goes, crashing in, gets it in front, and a score for the Hillers. Champlin finds Rockwell once again. And Rockwell gets the job done. Goodman looking to put on the moves. Crashing in, and he scores! Cooper Goodman, nothing's gonna get in his way. 6-3 Hillers. Here we go, Champlin closing in, looking for the shot, and he rips it in at the buzzer! What a beauty of a drop that was. Owen Champlin with the buzzer beater right in the very last second to put the Hillers up by 4 heading into the halftime break. Brian with it. Champlin looking to close in. Gets it over, a shot and a score! Matt Lottie rips it in for his 3rd goal of the game. So you can mark him down for a hat trick. Bangs off the defender and gets it over to Cal Rockwell. And Rockwell just waiting along the side of the net, pops it in. A beauty of a setup, a great pass, and a nice score for the Hillers at 6:01 left to go in the third quarter. Hillers up by 6. 15 and counting left to go in this third quarter. Here's Champlin. Champlin gets around the defender. Gonna squeeze through. Takes a shot and rips it in! Owen Champlin takes it over. Around the defender he goes. Shot in! Tyler Walkowitz with a beauty! Goodman looking to box out the defender. And takes the shot and it's in! What a beauty!
Matt Lottie and Owen Champlin strike for a trifecta of scores each as the Hillers take the 12-5 win over Holliston in the season opener and start off the spring in the win column. Hillers have a new addition to their spring sports schedule, and that's boys volleyball. Also on March 28th, Hiller boys volleyball kicked off their regular season with a battle against Bellingham. Steve Sweetapple and John Fisk were on the call.
Pass. Oh.
Tough. So ideally that's what you want to run is that middle, and that's what the setter for Bellingham, number 14, is Aiden Gibbs. This is the second year he's the varsity setter.
Grady, click, outside, good swing. That was a beautiful swing.
That was the best swing of the game.
It was. It's a great way to end the first set with Alex Piccoli. So Hillers take the first set, 25-19. Piccoli with the serve.
It didn't look like it was going to come over.
And handcuff Grady. So that's it. Bellingham takes the second set, 25-16. Boys are going to switch sides. Another good serve. Ryan takes that one. Michael Grady tips it down the line. Randall, nice put away from
good play, good smart play.
And Bellingham takes the third set. Just need 12 in a row. And that's it. Bellingham takes the fourth set, 25-14 for a 3-1 win in the inaugural match for Hopkinton.
Bellingham took the win in the season opener 3-1. Be on the lookout for Hiller boys volleyball home games on HCAM all spring season long. This program is brought to you in part by TVLsports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at TVLsports.net. TVLsports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school. 33 out of 40 teams in the TVL made the Winter State Tournament, which equals a whopping 82.5% of the league. 8 out of 12 teams made it in boys basketball, 11 of 12 in girls basketball, 9 of 10 in boys hockey, and 5 of 6 in girls hockey. The percent of teams getting in the postseason from the TVL equals about the same as the fall season, in which 82% of the TVL also got in. And funny enough, the amount of TVL teams who went to the state championship for both the fall and winter seasons equals approximately 7% of the Tri-Valley League. Pretty amazing stats by the very competitive TVL. Congratulations to Carly McDonald, the senior girls basketball star for the Norton Lancers, will be continuing her incredible athletic career at UMass Dartmouth. Here are some great pictures of Carly with her family and teammates as she signs her letter of commitment to play at UMass Dartmouth. Norton Lancers girls basketball finished their very good season with a loss in the round of 16 of the Division III state tournament and a 12-10 record overall. On the left side of your screen, congratulations to Ava Vitti on a terrific season for the Ashland Clockers girls basketball team. Ava was named a TVL All-Star and contributed heavily to this year's Clockers team. On the right side of your screen is Hopkinton High School alumni Kate Powers, who continues to just absolutely flourish with the shot put for the Kentucky Wildcats. Kate recently received All-America honors at the NCAA Indoor Championships. Here's a couple shots of the Hopkinton Hillers cheer team. They had a great season, placing high in several competitions. The Hillers most recently finished 12th overall in the Division II State Championship at Worcester State University. Right after the season, Millis's Lindsay Gratton got right back to work as she organized and participated in the annual student versus faculty basketball game at Millis High School. The Millis Lady Mohawks had an incredible season, finishing 16-8 after making it all the way to the Division IV state semifinals, where they fell in a very close game versus South Hadley by a 45-42 final. The Medfield Warriors had an amazing winter season. They will be competing for 3 state championships during the weekend of Saturday, March 16th and Sunday, March 17th. The Medfield Warriors' 13th seeded girls hockey team took down first seeded Westwood to advance to the Division II girls hockey state championship versus 6th seeded Milton. The 2-seeded Medfield boys team beat Bedford 4-1 to advance to the Division III finals versus first-seeded Nauset. Both games are on Sunday, March 16th and back-to-back at the TD Garden in Boston. The Medfield boys play at 5:30 p.m. and the Medfield girls at 7:30 p.m. Be sure to check out TVL Sportsnet for highlights of the incredible wins for Medfield hockey. Medfield girls basketball also advanced to the Division II state championship with a 69-47 semifinals win over North Quincy. First-seeded Medfield girls basketball battles 6th-seeded South High in a rematch of last year's state championship game. Medfield is looking for back-to-back titles. They play Saturday, March 15th, 4 p.m. at the Songus Arena in Lowell. Spring is here and college baseball has started. One team to keep an eye on this spring is the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. A bunch of local talent on the roster, including 2 TVL alumni. Scott Donahue out of Medfield is entering his sophomore season. The catcher hit a .263 last season, scored 6 runs, and drove in 7. The other TVL alum on the Riverhawks is Connor Kelly out of Hopkinton, who enters his senior season. Last year, the Hiller alum hit the ball well, batting a .283 while scoring 37 runs, driving in 28, and had a very good .992 fielding percentage.
Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by the great Andy Barron. Andy, how are you?
Good, Tom. How are you? It has been a while. I don't know when our last show was, but we got a lot to talk about tonight.
We certainly do. A whole lot of moves happening in Patriots world, and we haven't gotten your take on that yet. So have at it, my friend. What do you think about the Pats moves? Obviously, Stephon Diggs is the huge, most recent move they made. What are your thoughts?
Well, Tom, before we came on the air, I had told you that this Patriots team is entirely different than last year. This is a complete 360. Gerard Mayo's gone. You bring in Mike Vrabel. You have Drake May in place. You sign Stephon Diggs. You sign Matt Collins. I can't think of all the moves that they've made, but this is going to be a completely different Patriots team. I'm excited. When Mike Vrabel was hired, I wasn't I was happy about it, but I wasn't really thrilled. But now that I see that he clearly is the boss, that there's going to be no more of this screwing around going on and no more players doing what they want to do. No, this is Mike Vrabel's team. I think we all agree with that. You have to be excited. You have to be excited. I'm excited because this team has been DOA, dead on arrival, for the last, I don't know how many years. It finally seems like they have something going. Now, let's also be clear here. This team needs to know how to win. They haven't figured that out yet. So there could be still some growing pains. I know there's a lot of people that aren't happy with the Stephon Diggs move, but look, if the guy's healthy, he's a top 5 receiver. It's not even up for debate. I mean, he is a legit threat offensively. I mean, you have to say that.
I love it. I think it's great.
He's a big time receiver. You need that player.
Before you're right, and before they got him, that was the one piece that I really said, they could really use a weapon with experience. I didn't want them to just address offense in the draft. I just wanted them to bring in at least. I mean, they brought in what's his name from Buffalo, who's very good, the receiver there. I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head, but I wanted to get an ace receiver. And here's some of their receivers on the roster right now. Stephon Diggs, he is that ace receiver that they brought in. They made a lot of moves defensively. Obviously, the defense needed a lot of work. They added a couple O linemen, which they also desperately need. I think offensive line might have been the most desperate position for them. But I'm excited, and I think Diggs can make an impact. Is he a diva? Yes, he could be a diva, but has he been a locker room nuisance? And based on what I've heard, he hasn't. In fact, his teammates have liked him a lot. So he hasn't been a problem, supposedly, in the locker room. There's a bit of drama attached to him, but hey, if he goes out there and performs, I'm more than happy.
What top-notch wide receiver isn't? What did they all carry that stuff? I mean, seriously, when Randy Moss came here, all we heard was he was going to be a problem. He was going to call Tom Brady in press conferences. Never happened. Turned out to be one of the greatest duos in NFL history. I'm not saying this is going to happen with Stephon Diggs, but you got him for the next 3 years. And looking at this roster right here, there's nobody even close to this guy. He is your number one guy. But this is also interesting because then you have a guy like Kendrick Bourne, Kayshon Boutte, Demario Douglas. Now you're starting to see a receiving core developing.
Right.
So you have to feel good. This team's going to score points. I don't think there's any doubt about it, and it is exciting. And also, before we came on the air, I had told you that I just went on CBSSports.com looking at the 2025 NFL mock draft because that's really where the Patriots need to focus on now. Travis Hunter projected to fall to number 4. Coming to the New England Patriots. This guy is a franchise-altering player. If he is available, they must take him. No ifs, ands, or buts. This guy is dynamite. He is electric. Again, just adding another piece to the puzzle for this Patriots team.
Yeah, and that might have been why they didn't really address receiver all that much in free agency because they were taking a gamble on that rumor and they figured that, they could grab a Diggs kind of guy. That might be why. Obviously, we know Vrabel is a defensive guy. He likes to have a good defense on his team, and I think he is in that old school mentality that defense wins championships. So I think that played a role in it too. But yeah, perhaps Travis Hunter falling is something that they took a gamble on, and it looks like it could pay off, but we really don't know until the draft actually gets here.
But clearly, even if they don't get Travis Hunter, you're still going to get a very good player. If Travis Hunter is not available, then I believe you're going to go offensive line because that's really where it all starts. Like a Joe Alt type of player who played for the Chargers, like just a game-changing offensive lineman, especially now that David Andrews is gone. Your offensive line was terrible last year. You have to address that. So if Travis Hunter is not available, I think you got to go offensive line.
Yeah, absolutely. And another guy that the Pats released, they got rid of the linebacker there, Jaquan Bentley. So that's Jawan Bentley, excuse me. So
yeah, he was pretty good here. I mean, he was a solid player, but again, Mike Vrabel, he's taking charge. He's running the show now. We're starting fresh. I mean, This team's not messing around anymore, and I have to give them credit. They finally, I think, realize, okay, we've got to make some changes. We can't keep putting the same roster out anymore. This team, looking at their schedule too, I mean, they could win 8 or 9 games. It's not out of the question.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible. I think they should win that much. If they don't, that's kind of a disappointment with the amount of money they're spending and the amount of
Sure.
rebuilding they're doing. You got yourself a solid offensive coordinator now, a guy that Drake May is probably going to be working with for years.
Yep.
You won't be changing every year. I think
No.
that'll be nice. Mac Hollins, that's the guy I was thinking of. They
Matt
brought him in
Collins.
too.
Right. Yeah. No. Again, yeah. Patriots have looked really, really good so far this offseason. But again, let's not fool ourselves. They're still not overtaking the Bills. I still don't think they're on that level yet. Although I think the window on the Bills is closing. The Dolphins, are a Jekyll and Hyde team. The Jets are just a mess. So the Patriots, they should do okay. I think they should do okay. Are they a playoff team? I don't know yet. That still remains to be seen. They could be, but I just don't think they're not on the level of Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo yet. Let's just not get ahead of ourselves. But they're clearly going in the right direction. Finally, it
Yeah.
looks like we have something to be happy about. I mean, again, it's been a
Right.
while since I felt this way. So it'll be interesting to see when the schedule comes out, who they open with, and what it looks like. But right now, you got to focus on the draft. That's the next move.
Yeah, it's funny looking at their depth chart right now. It is just totally different from last year
The new
already.
team. It's an
And they're not
entirely
even
new
done
team.
yet. I mean, you
Yeah.
still got the draft. You're going to get some starters there. So yeah, big things are happening for the Patriots. About time. I think they're going to be competitive again. Are they a Super Bowl contender? Probably not this year.
No.
I mean, hey, if my idea is if you make the playoffs, you're a Super Bowl contender. I mean, that's the
Sure.
definition of a Super Bowl contender. Can they make the playoffs? Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. Let's
Right.
hold on a little bit here. Let's not get
Exactly.
ahead of ourselves. But
Yeah.
I think 8-9 wins is a very realistic expectation for this year.
Compared to what they have been, that would be a tremendous accomplishment. I mean, considering just how abysmal they have been the last couple of years, so that would be a huge accomplishment. And there are a lot of winnable games on this schedule coming up for this Patriots team. So it'll be interesting to see. It's still a long way to go, but finally it looks like they're heading in the right direction. They have some sort of a plan.
Yes.
Which finally, I mean, Drake May could be your guy for the next 10 years. I think he has a lot of potential here to be here for a long time, but you have to get him players. You have to protect him. You need an offensive line. Otherwise, he's not going to make it. It's just that simple. But he definitely showed a ton of promise this past season.
Absolutely. And, they did bring in a couple offensive line guys. You're certainly not done yet. You need more. I think they'll address that really in the draft. I think that's going to be huge for the offensive line. But they're bringing in pieces. They're making moves. They're spending money. Morgan Moses was a big pickup for that right
Yes.
tackle position.
Big pickup.
Yeah, very good pickup there. You got Garrett Bradbury, who will likely be your new center, unless
Yeah,
they.
and let's not forget the loss of David Andrews. This is a big loss. I mean, he really was the leader of that offensive line for the last decade. He really was.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a big loss, but that's just the way the NFL is. As I say, not for long. As that, but he did a tremendous job here, and he will be tough to replace.
Now, I'll tell you, I mean, looking at this defense, it's going to be a good defense. It really is.
Yeah.
They finally are going to have quite a pass rush again, I think. A couple of years ago, they had a pretty good pass rush. Last year, it slacked off a little bit. But adding guys like, Robert Spillane, Carlton Davis, these are nice additions. Of course, Harold Landry was a great addition.
Yeah, good addition there.
Yeah, a
Definitely.
guy that Vrabel's very familiar with.
And like I said, you add Travis Hunter to that mix, watch out. I mean, That's a legit defense, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and perhaps the biggest addition who could have a really big role, Milton Williams, the defensive end out of Philly.
Hmm. Super
And
Bowl.
then not only that, you're going to get guys in the draft. I mean, they got a lot of picks this year, don't they?
They do, yeah. They got a decent amount, so it should be interesting. The NFL draft is really that's really the kickoff to the NFL season, and I really kind of like the way they're doing it now, where they're spreading it out over a few different nights. Let's face it, Tom, you and I talk about this all the time. The NFL is here, all the other sports are here. No one's going to be here. It's just the way. I mean,
Right.
I'll sit down and watch 2 hours of the NFL draft just because football. You can't compete with football. You just can't do it.
I'll tell you though, if they keep bringing out those crazy bats the Yankees are using in baseball, perhaps they're onto something here, getting baseball back in the picture.
That's a whole other topic. I mean, you know my feelings on where I believe this sport
Did
is.
you see those bats though that the Yankees are using?
The Yankees are just they scored more runs in 2 games than the Red Sox did the whole series against Texas. I mean, come on, you got to be kidding me.
They totally Bill Belichick the bat. They went like you know how Belichick always like tries to find a loophole in the rule.
Yeah,
The Yankees found a loophole and they made this bat. For those that don't know, that it's skinny on the bottom, really fat in the middle, and then skinny as you get towards the top. So if you hit the ball, closer to the grip area or more with the barrel, you're gonna absolutely smash the ball. And the Yankees had like what they have? They had 9 home runs in their second game of the season. And I think that was the first game they were using those bats. And then the next day they went and hit another 3 or 4 home runs.
crazy. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. But with baseball, I mean, I've watched, I've seen some highlights here and there, but no one's beating the Dodgers. They're just on a different level.
I'll tell you though, that Yankees lineup, I mean,
It's scary.
it's good.
I mean, what other lineup in the AL is going to compete with them? I don't see anybody. Certainly not the Red Sox. I can tell you that.
But hey, I mean, the one thing we miss about baseball was, the Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa days when guys were just smashing the ball. They're all juiced up on roids, smashing the ball around.
Right.
And that was some of the most entertaining baseball you ever saw. So
sure. People are losing interest. They're losing interest. I mean, again, there's empty ballparks.
If they bring these bats and we go to like these crazy games where you see in 6, 7 home runs, perhaps that'll get some interest back.
It could, but I know we always have our group texts going throughout the week, and we were talking about baseball a little bit, and I've made it very clear this sport is in big trouble.
Oh, yeah.
They're going down the wrong path. The owners and players cannot stand one another. They are definitely heading for a lockout after the 2026 season. You just can't continue to keep doing what you're doing. How can you have a team with $1 billion payroll and you have another team with a $250 million payroll? You got to close the gap somehow. It's getting too out of hand. It really is. I don't know how they can sustain this. How do you move a team out of Oakland? You tell them to go to Sacramento and you just call them Athletics for the next 3 years. What are you doing here? You can't call them the Sacramento Athletics? Are you serious?
The NFL could get away with that, like they did with the Washington football team.
They're playing in a ballpark with 9,000 people. I mean, there's no excuse for this, none whatsoever. We don't even know if this Las Vegas move is going to work. You've got the disaster going on in Tampa Bay right now with with the Tropicana Field, and I understand there was a devastating hurricane. I get that, but what is that organization doing? They're lost. These organizations are just completely lost. They don't know what's going on. People just aren't going to the ballparks. Let's face it. Look around the league, Tom. There are empty seats, and there are going to be empty seats in Fenway because this Red Sox team is not good. It's
rough start.
It's going to be this is going to get.
Are they better than last year? I don't know. Maybe a little.
Like
but are they exciting? No.
No.
They started off really bad.
They never play well in Texas. They never ever play well there. for some reason. They look bad today in Baltimore. They got smacked around. It just they better
Yeah, I
get
mean,
this
it's
tournament.
early in the season. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt for
Doesn't look
now,
good.
but I don't think they're going anywhere.
No,
No,
they're
they'll be
not beating
around
that Yankees team.
500.
Tell you right now, they're not beating that Yankees team. No way. I
No,
mean,
I don't know if anyone in the AL is beating that Yankees team the way they're
it's
hitting the
probably
ball.
it's probably a rematch with the Dodgers and Yankees, unless there's just massive injuries. I mean, they're clearly the two best teams. It's really kind of getting like the NBA almost. You almost know like, okay, this team's probably going to go. This team's probably going to go. I mean, baseball. I mean, come on, the Colorado Rockies.
I'll tell you what, though, I think Aaron Judge might break the home run record this year if he keeps
Good.
he is.
He could. I mean, he's on his way to the Hall of Fame, and there's no
3 homers in one game. That's insane.
pretty incredible. Yeah,
That is
he's
insane.
Judge is a guy who, I mean, him and Otani are they're on a different level. I mean,
Yeah.
can you imagine Aaron Judge playing in Fenway Park every day? Like, oh my God, it would just be.
Oh, he would definitely break the home run record.
Yeah,
Forget it.
yeah.
That thing
He's
would be
never going to leave the Yankees. It's not happening.
No,
I mean,
no. They'll pay him
a
a
Yankee for life.
$1 billion to stay there. He's
right,
not going
exactly.
anywhere.
But being completely serious, the sport is in trouble, and they better get their act together because it's not looking good going down the road. They cannot continue to keep going in this direction.
No,
They're in trouble.
they might as well just put the Yankees and the Dodgers in the World Series now and get it over with.
162 games, Tom. That is just brutal. Brutal. How long of a season? It is unbelievable.
I think they got to shorten the season, to be honest with you.
Well, there's been talks about that. That's the thing. I mean, going into is that on the table in the CBA? Is this what the players want? Are they really going to want to play 162 games anymore? I mean, why don't you just start the season in May when the weather's warmer? Like, look at how cold it is in some of these ballparks right now. I mean, someone made a point to just start the season on Memorial Day weekend. You shorten it 122 game season.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
but they want the money. They want the revenue. I mean,
that's what it's all about. It's all about the money. So
right.
they're going to have as many games as possible. That's for sure.
Look at the Chicago White Sox. They were drawing on an average like 4,000 fans a game. There's more fans that go to a Worcester Red Sox game. That is a problem, a major problem.
Yeah, that's kind
how do you run an organization like that? I mean, wow, that just blows me away. Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
How much money you're losing? I mean, it's got to be just astronomical amounts of money. I mean,
but I'll tell you though, what has been successful, as usual, the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is right there. Auburn in Florida, Duke, Houston. All 4 ones are in. That's been pretty rare.
Very rare.
Usually you get like 2 or 3 of them, but all 4.
Jared, I thought, hit it really best when he said that this has really just been kind of a boring tournament this year. Really hasn't been.
Yeah,
some good games.
Had the crazy upsets.
Right. I'll tell you what.
Maybe 1 or 2, but nothing substantial.
Yeah, right, exactly. No, I agree with that. I tell you what, Tom,
how's your bracket doing?
Well, it's okay. I will say though, I'm going to defend my UConn pick, and here's why. Because if they beat Florida, they're in the Final Four.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, yeah, I agree. And I actually picked Florida and Duke in the championship, so I'm doing pretty good right now. I started off really bad in the first round, but my Final Four is still alive, so I'm in decent shape.
I have Duke and Houston, so I still did okay.
I don't think I had Auburn. I got to relook at my bracket.
I don't think a lot of people probably had Auburn, but I'm serious. UConn gave Florida all they could handle, and I really truly believe if they had won that game, they're probably in the Final Four.
And by the way, like no one expected UConn to come out this year and win it. I mean, everyone kind of figured there's a chance because they're just so good in the tournament. They just know how to play.
Well, 13 straight games is incredible.
I mean, but looking at this team, this UConn team compared to last year's, I didn't think they were getting past Florida, but they almost did. They came close. A lot closer than I thought.
They had them a couple times. It was close. I mean, but hey, I mean,
I'll tell you, UConn's going to be back probably next year, though.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, they're just too good. They got a
I
lot
agree.
of guys coming up too. So
I think Duke wins this. I think they're the best team out of the four, in my opinion.
I got Florida in my bracket, so I'll stay with that. Florida beat the champs, so maybe they'll be the champs.
Yeah, that's a good point. Houston, good team. Yeah, it should be a
Uh,
decent Final Four. But
You're going to get a good championship either way. I think
yeah,
Florida Duke would be a very entertaining championship, and I think there would be probably a lot of points. Two very offensive teams.
right. Well,
Uh,
put it this way too, Tom. Duke wins. It's the first one without Coach K. I mean,
yeah,
that's a big one. That'd be a
kudos
big
to
one.
Duke, man. Coach K retires. Uh, there wasn't really any huge adjustment. I mean, they had one maybe
Not
kind
really.
of year, but of course they're in the tournament. They haven't missed the tournament, so they had one year that was kind of so-so, but they're right back in it. They're right
Duke's one of
back
those
to elite
programs
status.
too, Tom, that they're just gonna by name. People are gonna go to them. Even though Coach K's retired, they're still gonna go play there. They're still gonna be there. But Houston's a solid team. They're a good program too.
Yeah, very good defensive team. Uh, that Duke Houston game probably gonna be lower scoring. Houston can put up points when they need, but they're mainly known for their defense.
Mhm.
So it's going to be, what's going to win, the Houston defense or the Duke offense?
That's the key.
Big
Yeah, we'll
question
see.
mark there.
We'll
And
see.
then Florida Auburn, you don't know what you're going to get in that. You could get a scoring fest. You could get a mix of stuff. Both teams pretty good
SEC.
around the board. Probably more of an offensive game, I think, between Florida and Auburn, but
Yeah,
should be two good battles.
I agree. I agree.
But I think the college tournament, it's still spectacular. Great as always. Great time of year for sports,
It is.
with high school spring sports starting, of course, but March Madness, you're getting into towards the NHL playoffs. Not so great for Boston this year, but you're also getting towards the NBA playoffs. Celtics playing some good ball lately. I like the fact that the Celtics are playing good this time of year. They, they're pretty hot, and that's what you want to be going into the postseason. One team that has kind of stepped back a little bit is Cleveland.
Yep.
Uh, I- they're 5-5 in their last 10. Celtics are 9-1, and Cleveland, they've been struggling a little bit.
They have. And
And
here's what I want to say about that is that it's tough to repeat. I mean, in any sport, it is hard to do. But I really truly believe if the Celtics are at full strength, I don't believe there's a team that can beat them 4 times. The only team I really could see is Oklahoma City, but because they would have the home court advantage over Boston. But I just really feel that this Celtics team is so deep
yeah,
when they're at full strength. Jason Tatum luckily dodged a bullet there in Sacramento when he came down on his ankle. It looks like he's okay, but they are playing better. And I do agree. I think Cleveland. Let's not forget too, Tom. The Celtics could have beaten Cleveland 2 more times, and they weren't even at full strength. And I think it took a lot for the Cavaliers to beat Boston. I still think we're the better team, even though we probably won't catch them. They'll probably be the number 1 seed,
well,
but I
I'll
don't
tell
know.
you, there's an outside shot. I mean, because Cleveland's been playing bad, they have not been good. They've
No.
been playing 500 basketball for like the last month. So I mean, and they're on a 5-game losing streak right now, or
Yeah,
they've
and the
lost
Celtics.
5 of their last 6.
The
So
Celtics are still the team to beat. They are still the team to beat. And I
in
think
the
people
East,
know
yeah,
that.
in the East, probably the whole NBA, but definitely in the East. I was worried about Cleveland earlier in the season, in the playoffs. I'm not anymore. I think Cleveland is falling off at the wrong time, while the Celtics are getting healthy and playing great basketball at the right time.
I agree.
You don't want to be struggling this time of year.
No.
You want to be playing good.
You know, I agree. And I think right now it's looking like the Celtics will take on Orlando or Atlanta in the first round. There's another team in the East that I think you should keep an eye on, and that's Detroit. They're sneaky kind of good. They've given the Cavaliers problems. I mean, that could be a potential matchup for them.
I think they were the
Um,
worst team in the league last year. They
yeah,
got substantially better.
they're the 5th seed right now. Yes, they have.
Yeah,
They are
22 and
better.
33.
And in the West, it's still Oklahoma City. I still think they're the best team. Denver still is good. I think the Lakers are falling off. I think the shine's coming off of them.
I think the Thunder is the team to beat in the West.
They're
Thunder's
good.
red
They're
hot
very
right
good.
now too. By the way, they're 9-1 in their last 10. They've won
Yeah.
9
Tough
straight.
place to play too in Oklahoma City. It's a
Yeah.
tough place. And then,
I see Celtics and Thunder. I think the championship Celtics and Thunder. I just don't see anyone else beating those teams.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. And here's the thing about about the whole situation in Oklahoma City where I guess there's a hotel that the visiting team stays in, and the visiting teams claim it's haunted.
Ooh.
The Lakers, Kobe Bryant used to say this all the time. He said pictures would fall off his wall, or he'd hear loud bangs, or
Why can't they choose another hotel? They got to stay at that one.
I don't know. I guess so. Do I
Is there only one hotel in Oklahoma City?
Yeah, they say. Well, I heard it's a really fun city. I mean, they love the Thunder there, but that made me think a little bit there too. So they are a good team. The Thunder are a very good team, but I still would like Boston, even if we didn't have the home court advantage, I still think we would still have a good chance to beat them. Because there's no place like playing in the Garden in the playoffs. I mean, it's a whole. I mean, Oklahoma City. Don't get me wrong; it's a tough place, but the Garden is just a whole other experience.
We'll send Steve Watson to go investigate the hotel. That could be his.
HCAM will pay for send him there.
That could be his penalty for losing in the football picks for coming in last place.
Yeah, no, it's they say the hotel they stay in is haunted, so it's.
I figured they would just go to another hotel if they didn't like it. I mean, maybe they like it. I don't know.
Yeah, Oklahoma City also home to the Women's College World Series as well for softball. They play in Oklahoma City, so it's big college town. Big.
Oh yeah.
But
big college.
Yeah. So Celtics Thunder, yeah, I could see that. I could see Celtics Thunder.
I don't see anyone in the East beating the Celtics. I don't see anyone in the West really beating the Thunder. Nuggets could give them a run. Rockets have been playing decent basketball too.
Like I tell you, that would be interesting. Rockets Celtics, Ime Udoka coming back to Boston after all that thing that went down. That would be interesting. I don't think the Rockets have enough, but don't forget the Celtics and Rockets have played in 2 NBA finals in the 80s. So it's I guess it could happen, but yeah, I think Celtics Thunder is probably a safe bet.
But in the West, it's going to go through Oklahoma City. They've clinched the 1 spot. No one's catching them. So
no.
More than likely Cleveland's going to get the 1 seed, but
yeah, I think so.
If Cleveland loses out, the Celtics, or they don't even have to lose out. If Celtics are 4.5 behind, I mean, there's an outside shot, so it ain't over yet.
And even if they don't, I still feel confident, and I think you see. When the Celtics are healthy, they are the better team than Cleveland.
Who would you rather have in the first round, the Magic or the Hawks?
It's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they have both. They're both 6-4 in their last 10. Very similar records. I don't really think it makes a difference.
Celtics and Hawks always seem to play in the first round. It's either them or Miami. The Magic have some young players. They seem like they've taken a step back this year. They looked like they were starting to really. Don't forget, I think they were like the 4th seed last year, and the 5th seed in the East. So they've taken a little bit of a step back. But yeah, I mean, I don't listen.
Wow, these two teams are very similar. Get this: home record for the Hawks 19-17, Magic 20-18. Road record for the Hawks 17-20. Magic 16-21. Literally a game difference.
I think that, the Celtics, they shouldn't go any more than 5 games with either one of those teams.
Yeah.
It shouldn't even be more than 5 games. And maybe even a sweep. Look, this team's got experience. They know how to win now. They're not gonna screw around in the first round. And then it looks like if they get to the second round, they're playing the Knicks. I'm sorry. The Knicks are a terrible matchup for the Celtics. They don't have a chance. They really don't. The Celtics are head and shoulders above that team. I don't even know if the Knicks are going to get out of the first round. They may not even get past Detroit.
They haven't been playing great either.
That's what I'm saying.
6-4 in our last 10. They picked it up a little, but
so yeah, I don't know.
The Bucks have fallen apart completely. So
Well,
I don't even think they're a concern anymore.
It's real. I think it comes down to us in Cleveland. It's probably. I mean, I would be surprised if it's not us in Cleveland at this point, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this is a year the NBA playoffs, get a little interesting. I don't know.
I think Cleveland might be showing their true colors, though. I think they're not as good as their record indicates.
They're a very good team, but I just think the Celtics are better.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we'll see.
I mean, if you expanded this season another 10 games, I think the Celtics would catch up and take the first seed.
Probably. And the Celtics aren't intimidated going into Cleveland. They can win there. I mean, the Celtics are actually better on the road.
Right.
The best road teams in the league.
Yeah.
That's why I don't fear them going
That's
into.
going to help them in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, especially
Well,
if they got to go into
32 and 5,
Oklahoma.
or no, they're 24-12 at home, 31-7 on the road.
That's impressive.
That
That's
is
very
impressive.
impressive.
That's also very rare. You don't see that often.
It is rare. It is rare. So I'm
Better
not
on the
going to be
road than
worried
at
about them
home.
going into Oklahoma City or Denver. They can win there. I mean, and they probably will. They'll steal a game there wherever they go. But it's been a really good run for the Celtics. They're not going to slow down. And then also they were sold to a local owner. I'm happy about that. I'm glad
There's
a
something
local.
going on with that. There's some kind of controversy, not with the owner, but with the sale itself. That it's maybe not official yet, or
Maybe I'm not really sure, but I just like the fact that it stayed locally. There's a local guy. He's a fan of the team, just like when Bob Kraft bought the Patriots in 1994. It was a local person, a local businessman. That way you have to feel that, okay, the team still is going to be good. They're going to sink money into the team. This team's going to be good for a long time. So
as long
I'm
as
feeling
they,
good.
don't change too many things. Keep Brad Stevens where he is. He's doing great. Keep the coach. He's
Stevens
doing
has been
great.
just
Don't mess with it. You
Yeah,
got,
no.
you got yourself a nice team here. Don't mess
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
if any owner you really don't have to do much.
Right.
The Celtics are going to make money themselves. The fans are going to come to the games. Again, there's nothing like an experience going to a playoff game in Boston. It's crazy. I mean, it's really there's nothing like it.
Absolutely. But can you believe it? Just like that, we're just about out of time. Flew by. Just us two holding down
I
the
know.
fort. Time just.
Flies by. It does. I agree.
But we do have a few minutes for final thoughts. So, Andy, any final thoughts?
Yeah, in just a few weeks, Tom, I will be back in Hopkinton for the 126th running of the Boston Marathon. I'll be working in the Athletes Village once again this year. Very excited. I always say Patriots Day and the marathon, it's the kickoff to spring. I know the weather outside isn't looking really good right now, but in a couple of weeks, hoping the sun's going to be out. It's going to be warm. It's going to be a great day as 30,000 plus runners come in to run from Hopkinton to Boston. There's really no other event like this. It's the Super Bowl of running. It's the greatest marathon in the world, and it happens right here in our area. It's going to be a good time. It's always a pleasure to be there and volunteering. I'm blessed to be doing it, and I look forward to another one this year.
All right, terrific. Yeah, it should be another fun year of the marathon, and there'll be some festivities coming up. I'll be covering, I'm sure, leading up to the big day. But Patriots Day, always a great time. The Red Sox game in the morning, the marathon. Obviously, we wish the Sox were a little better, but still a great tradition.
It is tradition.
Game marathon morning.
Absolutely, and the flyover that they have.